Hi guys,
Hi.
welcome to my channel. Today it's our channel because we're doing something different. We're based in Canada. We've been here almost 2 years. March will make it 2 years that we got to Canada.
Yeah.
And we're looking to, start by, telling you what our experience has been like, what the journey, the transitioning process from coming in from Nigeria was, and also it's just more like I just want to be more serious on my YouTube channel this year, and we're just looking for ways in which we can educate ourselves, just better our lives as a couple, as individuals, and yeah. So today with me, I have my husband here with us. We'll be talking about our process, coming in from Nigeria as a married couple, the journey, the process, from start to finish, and we'll continue also in the next phase. So stay tuned. Please watch till the end of the video, and I promise you, you'd learn a thing or two if you plan on coming to Canada with your family, or if you have a loved one that is coming in, and you can advise on what the process might be like. So please watch till the end, and yeah, thank you. Stay locked. Don't forget to like, subscribe,
Share.
share.
Yep.
So thank you so much for doing this with me today.
Gosh, it's my pleasure. I mean, it's glad to be here finally, and I'm more than glad to share our experience coming into Canada. It's been a journey, right? It's been a journey, but we're glad to share now because we have stories to tell, and we're able to share them. So I'll let you have the floor, and I'll flow on, just following your lead.
Yeah, so I would start by saying, what do you think the push was for us to relocate to Canada? Because I know I've always been big on, I want to travel abroad, probably to study or something, but you like the Nigerian life. You are more or less a socialite in Nigeria. You are an outsider, like we would call it, right?
Now retired.
Yeah, I mean, you've always been I'm not leaving Nigeria, I just want to enjoy life, build my business. I mean, what changed your mind about that, and how you were able to start the process?
So I'll say the first thing is fear women. Let's take it from there, because like she said, back in Nigeria, I think we had it put together to an extent. We were not at our best, but we were not doing so bad. So we're not at our best, right? But we're not doing so bad. Really, we had a business, and so the push was getting married. Yeah, that's why I said fear women in the start. So we got married in 2022. Besides, we've known each other since 2018. We started dating in 2018, really, and we got married in 2022. So after which, she is the bookworm, right? Me, I'm the outsider. Like she said, I was going out trying to chase the bag, and she was doing school. When we got married, she was on in a program. She was in school, basically. She was doing her PhD, but we decided to get married. And guess what, guys? When we wanted to get married, we didn't have all of the money in the world, but we just knew we wanted to be married, and we were ready to be married. So we had a very really small event for our wedding. Although it was all fun, gracious, thanks to everyone who had showed up that day. And we got married, and being the bookworm in the family, she wanted to go to school. But I'm like, you're doing your PhD. She was like, no, she wants to have international experience schooling abroad. I'm like, okay, if that's what you want, let's do this.
Just to cut you short, also, I believe it was before we got married that we started the old school process as well. Yeah, because I remember we had an application in.
Oh, yeah. True. So, okay, before we got married, actually, the Nigerian setting of when you want to get married and you go to meet your wife's family, and they ask you, what's the plan? You want to come and take our daughter away from us. What do you want to do with her? You can say she's okay. She's doing her PhD, and I'm like, okay, she's gonna go to school abroad, and we want to start up a family from there. And so I said that to collect my wife. I said that to her dad already. And so even before we got married, so we started our application actually, and she got admission then to British Columbia. I can't remember the name of the university now. Thompson Rivers. Yeah, Thompson Rivers University in BC. She got admission there, and we were using some agents in Nigeria at that time, and all of a sudden they went blank on us. They stopped replying. I'm like, who does that? This is a business, but we're not going to be mentioning names. So we decided not to follow through with that. We had paid the tuition already for the first year, and they went blank on us. So we got married in the process. While waiting on the agent to get back to us, we got married, and when we got married, God showed up. Yeah. So she got pregnant. So she got pregnant, and I mean, we're still waiting on the agent. Just imagine how long that had been from starting the process, getting married, getting pregnant, and we still didn't have feedback from these guys after we had paid tuition to this university. So at some point I got pissed, and I'm like, no, we're not doing this again. I called the agent. We want a refund. We're done with this process. And they were like, no, we had this, we had that, but I think we're just done at the time. So we canceled that. Now she's pregnant, and I didn't want her to go through the phase of going to school with pregnancy, because I mean, it was our first, and we're not sure how she was going to handle it or how we were going to handle it both. So we decided that was not a plan anymore. So being what it was, I mean, I had also known somewhere, and we had always told God that through this journey, we didn't want to have our child in Nigeria as well. Part of wanting a better life for our child, having dual citizenship basically. So we had told God, it's something we had always prayed for. So
we had always
wanted that. So I mean, she got pregnant, and she couldn't follow through with the admission, or we agreed for her not to follow through with the admission. And I'm like, okay, since that's the situation of things, I think me too, I could do school. I mean, at the time, the business we were doing was drinks, events ish. We're in that space, in the event space, and project management really. And I was also looking to transition at the time, so I decided, okay, I'm going to do school. Let's see how that works out. So I started the process for myself to get admission, and I got admission to a college in Canada to study project management, and that was how we started the journey. So yeah, that was it. That was the push basically.
Right. So from start to finish, from when my own admission could no longer go through to when we had to start putting for you, and also through the whole application process, how long would you say it took for that to happen?
So I think we started your application, I think at about June? June of 2022. June of 2022. We started, and in like 3 months we didn't hear anything, and we stopped that process in September of 2022. I started mine in October. I submitted my application in October after I got admission. I think I got admission ending of September. I got admissions ending of September, and submitted the application in October. So here's the thing again. That process was, it was God. In the end, God showed up through that process for us, because, I used another agent apparently, because honestly, at that time, I didn't have time because of the kind of business I was doing. So that was the reason why we contacted the agent to go about it for us. So the agent did a really good job. So we had the push of, I should apply first. When I get the visa, I'm going to bring her in. So we stood our ground that no, we were not doing that, because, I can't leave my pregnant wife back in Nigeria, come to school, and start waiting on the immigration officers in Canada to get back to us. So because of that, we insisted on, we're doing this together, and by God's grace, we're going to get it. So we started our process in October. We put in both applications. Me coming in as a student, so another thing, we didn't apply for her to come in as a dependent. We applied for visiting visa for her just to come in with her husband to help me settle in. Yeah, so we applied for, because she was doing a PhD at the time, really. So we had thought likelihood she might come back to, she would come back to complete the program, but well, man proposes and God disposes. So that situation didn't play out that way. So we applied for her to come in as a visitor while I come in as a student. So we came in that way. From October, we did our biometrics in November. Yeah, November. After 1 month, we did our biometrics. We submitted all the documents, everything. We put everything together and we submitted, and we got the visa approval February 6th, 2023. Yes, I can't forget. It was February 6th, 2023.
I remember the day that the visa or our passports came back, and the delivery people were like, "Oh, we're not going to."
So they said they were going to deliver later in the evening.
Yes.
But mind you, all this time while we submitted this, trust me, we're on NSPPD every day.
Fire altar.
Every
morning.
Doing God, we needed this to come true. She was pregnant, and the whole plan, we just wanted God to come through for us, and He really showed up. We were praying at the time for that, and on the 6th of February, we got the visa approved for both of us. Yeah, I came as a student, she got the visiting. So they sent the passports through the courier to Ibadan. We were staying in Ibadan back in Nigeria. They sent it to us, and I called the courier, the delivery guys, and they're like, we're unable to deliver it. I left the house 8 a.m. that morning. I drove down to the office to pick it up because I just wanted to have my passport back, and so that was it. That was the process. It was 5 months. It took 5 months for my own process. That's taking out our own admission, and it took 5 months basically.
And how would you say that the relocation process, would you say it was easy? Because we had a lot of stuff. We had so we had a business, and we just had too many things in the house. You had a lot of clothes. If I remember clearly, you have so many clothes, so many shoes.
Yes, so
just take us through that.
Okay, so
how we had
in that regard, based off of being an outsider that I was, because I'm retired now. I have a beautiful little one that I cherish so much, and I would rather spend time with her in the house than spend time outside with my beautiful wife as well. So that process too was, I would say, God showed up, because I had a business. We had few properties here and there, and we had to start selling this stuff. We had to start selling them off bit by bit. Now,
just to chip in, and that's because as much as we do have family and friends that we trust, they also have stuff that they're also doing with their time, and leaving a business in their hands, would be giving them too much to handle. Really, so we just thought, to make it a lot more easier for us and our family and friends, why not just so sorry. Yeah,
that's right. So we like I said, God showed up still. In that area, because we had a business. The business was I told you we had a drink business. So we're selling drinks. Like, we had a walk-in store. It was not just online. We're not online vendors. We had a walk-in store with properly set up office, properly walk-in drink store, where we had things going on for us, and we had everything set up there, like a whole compound on a major highway in Ibadan, close to the university. So you know what it was. So we had a business. So the business, we sold it, and I think that was the easiest deal ever. Because selling our business was just one call away. So when we decided and when we agreed that we're doing this, in as much as she was coming in on visiting, she was pregnant. I knew I didn't want to leave the stress of focusing on the business, even if she comes back to the country, because she will have a baby to take care of, right? So we said we're going to sell off the business, sell off most of our stuff. When we get here, we'll figure it out and know how to go about it. So the business was one call away. I looked through my phone, and one thing I'm thankful for generally in my life or in our life is we're thankful for the gift of people.
Yeah.
We are very, very, we are thankful for the gift of people, because I looked through my phone and I called the number and I told this person,
I have a business to sell.
I have a business to sell.
Mhm.
Yeah, and we're like, why are you selling your business? Because I promise you, this person used to be one of our biggest customers. Like he was always part of his family. He's been a wonderful person through our process, so through our journey. Yes, like me, I mean, he's been very, very influential in our journey as a couple. He's been a wonderful person. I'll just say, surely yes, Kaidi Adamalekom, say a very big thank you to you for all that you've done. And all that you do. We really do appreciate you. We do not take it for granted. So I called him up and said, Kay, I want to sell my business. And he goes like, why? I'm like, we got our Canadian visa or Canada visa rather, and we are relocating. So he is as big on Nigeria as I am. Trust me, I know he's never relocating. He's never going to relocate. So I used to be big on Nigeria, like, oh, we're going to stay in. So he goes like, I'll drive down there tomorrow to see the business. So he came in, he had a look at the business and said, how much are you selling this business for? And I told him the price, and he didn't negotiate 1 naira off that money. I told him, this is what I'm looking to sell the business. And he said, okay. I'll get my engineers to come and look at it tomorrow, and we'll take it from there. So the engineers came, and that was it. He transferred the money, my offer, and so business was out. I had a car, she had a car. I mean, my car too, I sold it. I was driving. I sold my car, and the car sale too didn't take time, actually. It didn't take time, I think, with the help of a friend. So I have a friend who's a car dealer. I called him up. Olamide will show up, and he came, did his thing, and we sold the car ASAP. And so that way we were able to gather like some money, and now it was time to like get going. So we started to sell all our stuff. I mean, I had like a ton load of clothes, right? Like she said, I could not come with more than half those clothes, because I mean, because 90% of the time, right, I was always wearing native attire in Nigeria, all gagged up with my cap, nice loafers, but because I mean, I knew where I was coming to, the weather might not allow me to wear all of that, so I packed like a bunch of them and I gave them out. I gave like even clothes that I barely worn, and I like clothes that I just wore once. I dashed everything out. I gave it out. I could not sell my clothing, so I sold other things, electrical appliances and all of that. But my clothing, I gave them out. Shoes, I gave them out, and that was it. So we decluttered all that we had and got our ticket. We got the visa, the passport back. I think February 13th. Yeah, we got the passport back, and we booked our ticket for the next month, which was March. So that was it.
27.
Yeah, that was the process. Yeah.
And so we did book our flight. We left Nigeria. Now, I would want for us to talk about the flight experience, because that should be a whole video on its own. But I just want to,
guys,
touch on the flight experience.
Africa.
The flight experience, the border experience.
Okay.
Every of our stops, and also when we got to Canada.
Okay, so we, after the whole process, we bought our tickets March 27th, 2023, and was the day we left Nigeria. We bought Egypt Air. I mean, we're patronizing Africa. I wanted to fly African Airlines. I've traveled. I have quite like a couple of travel experience. Trust me, I promise you. I've traveled quite a while, and I would say that was like one of my worst experience. or worst experiences ever.
We're not calling Egypt era.
I'm not calling out the
We're
airlines,
just talking
but
about our experience,
my experience with them. I mean, I've met people who have had great experience with them. I promise you. When I got to Canada and I was having conversation with some guy in my class, he was like, Egypt very. I'm like, no, I had like a totally different experience because we left Nigeria. I mean, leaving Nigeria, they did their thing in the Nigerian airport and we left. We landed Cairo and it was supposed to be Africans. I mean, we're in Africa still and we're supposed to have like a smooth transition coming to our final destination.
The scrutiny was
a lot. It was as intense as they asked for my marriage certificate. Yeah,
yes.
like show us that you're married at Egypt airport. I'm like, why? I mean, you are not my final destination, right? So why are you asking me all of these questions? But I mean, at some point, they asked for marriage certificate. They asked me to show proof that I paid tuition. They asked that accommodation. About our accommodation here in Canada, and they asked us. So the experience was not so great. I mean, for my first trip as a married man, because I mean, most of my trips in previous time was me and the guys, me and my friends, myself, me and my siblings or something. But first experience going with my wife, it was not something I really enjoyed because it was a lot for us, and we were able to show them all of that. I promise you, on that trip, they turned back a girl to Nigeria from Cairo. A Nigerian girl that was coming to Canada was turned back, and it was not something I really appreciated. But we thank God. That went by. We landed in Canada, and guess what? Our final destination didn't even stress us. We were on that queue for less than
about an hour.
Yeah, about an hour. Yeah, thereabout. We spent 1 hour because it was a long queue. It was resumption time, and there are a lot of people coming into Canada. And in fact, the lady, the immigration officer that attended to us was so nice. She asked, why didn't you just do like a work visa for your wife? Why is she coming and visiting? And we explained that she had stuff going on for her back home, and she just wants to settle in with me. And she was like, okay, and the process was just easy at the airport. At the same time, I would say not everyone has like the pleasant experience at the Canada immigration airport. Canada immigration. Some people have like bitter experiences as well, but we had a pleasant one. We came in and we got into the country. So I mean, when we left immigration, I have siblings. Two of my siblings are based in America. They drove in. They stayed. My older brother stays in New York. My sister was then at Illinois or something. They drove in together to get us from the airport. That was so lovely because before that time, I had not seen both of them for like 5 years. Yeah, at least. I've not seen both of them in like 5 years, so it was
a beautiful reunion.
Yeah, it was a beautiful reunion. They were meeting my wife in person, and I mean, it was so sweet. I mean, they made settling in quite easy for us.
Soft landing
so we had soft landing.
Yes,
we had soft landing. So that was the flight experience.
Right. Yeah. And I mean, from getting us to the airport, they made sure we settled right in. Took us to the bank the following morning to set up our account. What else?
Buy a phone, set up our phone bill.
It was really a very smooth landing. We're really grateful for the gift of friends, the gift of family. I mean, they really made that transitioning from Nigeria to Canada. I mean, coming in really smooth for us.
It was really smooth.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, siblings. Shout out to you guys.
Yeah. So when we got to Canada, our first year experience generally, you as a student, me as a pregnant wife. How would you say our first year, or let me say pretty much our first year, that's March 2023 to March 2024. Yeah, I think so that's another story. From March 2024, that's another year entirely. So but I will let you just talk on March 2023 to March 2024. You as a student, myself as a pregnant wife. Yes, and
So you see, I had to like breathe, because it was such an experience. It was bittersweet. It was the first one. It was a bittersweet experience for us because, I mean, from the soft landing we had, I mean, linking up with family, that's what I'm doing. I love you guys. Thank you guys so much. Yeah. So they made things. We came in, and well, before we came to Canada, we had accommodation already, and that was sorted by our sister as well. I had a sister in the region I was coming to.
Yeah.
Or I have a sister. She moved out of the area already, but she used to live somewhere close by, and she was so helpful to this journey as well. Shubomi, she's a great personality, very lovely sis. We love you. Thank you so much. I mean, from the day we got our visa, she was just one call away. I called her. I mean, we were traveling on the 27th. I spoke with her on the 12th of March. Yes, 12th of March, because it was Ian's birthday. I remember. I called on the 12th of March. I told her, oh, we're moving to Canada, accommodation. I promise you, the accommodation story in Canada is deep, could be stressful, could run you mental. But I mean, because God being in our story, because God was involved in the entire process, right? He just made things work easily for us. So I spoke with her on the 12th of March, and I actually sought for the apartment myself. I was just looking online that night. I got some links. Kijiji, someone sent me Kijiji to check for houses there. So that night I was just looking and I saw one in the city I was coming to, Kitchener, and the landlord just posted it, and I'm like, okay. I just messaged him and like, oh, this, and he was like, oh, really, you're interested? Okay, when do you want to come and see? And I said, oh, my sister will come. I won't come in person. My sister will come to see you. I'll let you know when she'll come tomorrow. So I called her, and she was like, oh, I'll go in like 2 days because she had work and stuff. So she set up the appointment, went to see the guy, and
set up the house for us.
She set up the house for us, basically. She paid the first 3 months rent. We came to reimburse her back when we got here.
Because she was like, she didn't want us to go through the stress of converting Naira to CAD.
So Shubumi, God bless you. We really appreciate you. So I mean, she came, she saw the house, she sent us videos, and we're like, go for it. We're good. We like what we see in them. Just go for it. So it was a basement. Our first apartment was a basement. So she paid for it, and that was it. So when we got the soft landing where my siblings came in, we drove straight to the house. Okay, after setting up phone and all of that, so we then drove straight to the house to settle in. There was mattress already, there was bed frame, there was dressing mirror, everything was set up. So we just stopped by a Walmart to buy beddings and all that. So, and I bought a fan. Very important. That was the first thing I bought in Canada. I bought the fan. That was the first thing, the most important thing.
This man cannot sleep without fan.
Even in winter, I promise you guys. In winter,
fan is always on, and I've gotten so used to that because I like warmth.
In winter.
But I mean, with this man, I've learned to adjust to that.
That was the first item I bought in Canada. A standing fan. So we bought all that, and we went home. My sister made one awesome jollof rice from America. It was, God, I love you. So we had food. We tried not to sleep because once you travel, when you get on such a flight where there's time difference from where you're coming from, it's advisable not to sleep just when, because you will be jet lagged. I promise you. Take some time. Try to exercise. Don't go to the gym. Just take a walk around your hotel room, your house, wherever it is you're landing, and just try to still function with the timing back home, pending you settle into the country. Excuse me, settle into the country you are. So basically, that was it. Excuse me again. Drink water. Water is life.
Mind your business.
Drink water, mind your business. So we got home, and settled in. Then our life journey started. Now that 1 year, that bittersweet 1 year started. So I was a student. I went into the school, my school. It was 30 minutes by bus to the house. It was one bus from my house to school. Yeah, it was one bus. I take the bus and I get to college. So we started going. We didn't have a car yet. We're just new. We came in, landed in March. Yeah, March 28th. So I started doing my school runs and all of that. So in June, I went to write my drive test. I did so in Canada. You have like a couple of tests to write before you're able to drive. There's a written and you do a road test. The road test usually comes in two phases. There's a G2 and the G, the full G. So because I came in, I'm a driver from Nigeria. I came in with my license from Nigeria. I've been driving for years. In fact,
more than 10 years.
More than 10 years. I've been driving for more than 10 years back home. I came to Canada with my license and I took it to the drive test and said, oh, because you have this much experience, you can just do the G test straight. And I'm like, oh, badass guy, me, a bad driver. So I passed the written and I was asked to go and do the full G. So I went to do the full G. I promise you guys, I failed woefully. I was so nervous. I went to write it in a drive center out of my city because they said usually it's always because they say like you're able to that place, the highway is not so it's not a busy highway and all of that. So I went there, but I failed 3 minutes away from the test center. So that went by. So I had to rebook 10 days after to write the G2. The G2 was, fun fact, the G2 is usually more tasking than the G, because the G is, they just take you to the highway to see how you can do on the highway, how you merge the highway basically. Yeah. That will be some other video.
Exactly.
How to navigate that. We'll do another video for that. That is why you should subscribe to our channel. Subscribe, like, and share, guys. So we did that.
You took the G2.
I took the G2 and I passed that one once, and okay, now I had a license. And so while I was waiting before my G, I bought a car. I bought a car, yeah. I bought a car in June. We came in March. I bought a car in June without the license.
Actually, in May. We got the car in May.
Oh yeah, we bought the car in May.
But we didn't drive.
We didn't have a license. So we didn't drive it. It was just at home. I had a car sitting in the house. I couldn't drive it. And because the bus ride from my house home to school, 30 minutes. If I drive, it's 13 minutes. Yeah. 13 to 30. So, I had a car, I couldn't drive. So when I failed the G, I felt really, really bad because it was just, I was looking forward to, getting into it, starting to drive the car to school, also do Uber Eats, DoorDash, all those things, because she was pregnant. Yeah. She could not work. And we had to survive in Canada, so we needed something to
we needed extra funds.
We needed to make money in CAD. We brought in as fast as possible. So all we brought in was Naira, and we came in with USD converted to CAD, but that would run out as fast as it could if we didn't have like side hustle, if we're not doing anything, right? So I felt bad. So I did the G2, I passed. So it was time to get the car on the road. So once I passed my G2, I called up the insurance, I insured my vehicle, I did premium insurance on it, and it was all good. So I got my G2, and the next day I had family from Nigeria who was around, who was 40 minutes away from me here in Canada. It was in Hamilton. I stay in Kitchener. We stay in Kitchener. So we decided to visit them. So because I didn't understand the license I had properly, I was trying to avoid highway. So I told my mom to take me through the city. And we also wanted to see through the cities we were going to go to, at least to naturalize and explore the environment we now live in, right? So lo and behold, we started that journey. That was the second day after I got my license.
Yeah.
We had an accident. Oh shit. We had an accident. I mean, we were 20 minutes into that journey, about 15 minutes into that journey, and we had an accident. Someone rammed into us from the rear side of the driver's side, rammed into us, and boom. So I freaked out. I got really scared. I had a pregnant wife. The car turned. It turned, and I mean, there are rules in Canada when you get into an accident. If you think
I'm just saying, let's just make that another video. Yeah. So we had an accident in June. In July, we had our baby.
So we had an accident in June, and boom, the anxiety or the all looking up to start to drive to school was dashed that day.
Yeah.
But we had insurance, so that was a good part.
That was a good part.
So that went by. We had the accident. We moved on with our life. Called our insurance, and
insurance sorted us out.
Insurance sorted us out.
They did us good.
They did us good. But basically, so we got a car rental the next day because I had a license provided by my insurance. So they gave us a rental car because we had paid for that.
So we're not stranded.
We're not stranded really. So we had a car. And we went by that, and we'll tell you the entire accident story, the insurance process, and how it all panned out in some other video. So, but that was it. We had an accident, and the second day having my license in Canada, that was not a very, very good experience. So
that's not a good start.
So that went by, and the accident phase took like a month to settle with insurance, and after they settled us, we were able to buy another car. So we bought another car and went by our lives.
We had a baby.
So we had our baby. The
in
big
July,
news.
Got another car in July.
Yeah, we had our baby. Did we buy that car before?
It was after.
Oh yeah, it was after.
It was when.
Yeah. So we had our baby in July. We had the beautiful little one, our lovely daughter. We had her in July. So we bought the car a week after we had her. Yeah, because my brother came in from the US to grade the baby, and when he came, we both looked at the vehicle, went to look at it, and we bought another car. So we bought another car, and life started again. Life continued again. Meanwhile, all that time we had a rental with us. Up till the day I bought a car, I had a rental with me, so I was not stranded. So we bought another car, and life continued. So
we bought another car. Then it was pretty much easy for us to transition from being just one of us into parents. I think that would be another video entirely as well.
It was nice, I cannot lie. It was nice.
But you enjoyed it.
It was nice. But we'll tell you guys in another video, right?
Yeah.
Tell you guys. But it was not easy because we used to sleep.
Stop it.
And we didn't have help. But we'll tell you guys.
Yeah, so that would be another video.
Oh, we had help. We had help, but we'll tell you guys in another video.
Yeah, but not the kind of help that
we should have gotten because
we were in Nigeria.
Yeah,
but we did have few friends
and family come around here. So we'll tell you guys that story in another video.
So that happened, and I think I would just go forward to sometime in September. I just thought I needed to support, and and
she was pressured to support the family, like,
because
bro, you're schooling, you're doing Uber Eats, you're doing DoorDash, you don't have time, and
I just wanted to, I just wanted something that I could do from home to support, make money as
best
well.
and supportive wife. So she wanted to support the family, the finances. So
I tried, looking for jobs. I applied and everything, and I got some company hooked me up, so to say. They texted me, "Oh, you applied, blah blah." I'm like, when did I apply for this job? I know I'd been applying for jobs, so when they reached out, I was like, "Oh, okay." So we started the whole process. Eventually, it was a scam job, and we got scammed of everything that we had, because that's going to be probably another story entirely as well.
Underline everything.
We lost everything that we had. We lost our car to the process. It was about it was a lot of money. That we lost. We lost a lot of money. And having to start again from scratch. That happened.
We lost
September,
a lot of money.
October, November. During those 3 periods, it was a really trying time. And for a family that just had a baby, it was you know, a whole lot for us, and having to bounce back. And this is where I would say again, based off of what you said earlier, that we're so thankful for the gift of friends and family. I mean, they came through for us at that point. Trust me, it felt like the world was crashing down on us. It felt like
we lost everything. And when we say everything, we mean everything. We lost the car we bought. We lost to that scam. We lost our car to the scam. We sold the money to finance that scam. We lost our jewelries.
Yeah.
We lost like all the money we had. It was a lot. It was in tens of thousands of dollars. I promise you.
Yeah, we lost a lot of money, but
but we're alive. We're thankful for life. Through it all, we're thankful for life. I mean, when it happened, we called family first. We called friends.
And they did show up.
This is our situation. And I mean, they showed up.
For us.
They showed up for us, and in November we bought another car.
Yeah, we bought another car in November.
We got scammed in November. Yeah,
November. It was September, October, November that I did that job for, and the old scam was cemented in November. They got us real good.
It was really.
That's going to be another story. But we're thankful we were able to.
We're thankful to God.
We're able to, get past that. We got another car.
We got another car. So I mean, with the experience, we're driving a relatively good car before that time. I mean, we were driving a Toyota RAV4 at the time that was bought for about $10,000. We had to buy like a very, very small
and old. And old.
You don't want to know.
But I mean, we're just grateful that the car that we eventually bought.
But didn't stress us.
Yes,
it didn't stress us.
Purpose, and I mean that's I think that's the most important thing. Actually, it's not about how much we bought the car. It's the fact that it actually did serve.
Our eyes saw things, babe. Because when we bought that car, we got scammed
again on the car.
The guy who sold the car to me literally scammed us. I mean,
told us
no issues. I bought a car and I tested for everything with my experience on that, like to know what a good vehicle should be like. I mean, it was a very, very old vehicle, and I understood that it could have like certain issues. So I tested for everything. But how do I test for a fuel tank? How? So I bought that car and drove off 3 minutes away from the guy. I paid the guy in cash. He came up with some story, and I tried to buy gas in the vehicle, and
because it was a different city.
It was a different city. It was like 1 hour away from us. I went with a friend who went with me to see the car. Experienced guy who sells car, and I mean, he said this guy is good. We had two options. We ditched the first option for this particular one we bought and got scammed. So
that's going to be for another day, I believe. But yeah, I mean, we got that car, and but I mean, long story short, we had to. I mean, out of the little that we now had to, scramble out something again to fix the car to be in good working condition. I mean, we're eventually thankful that the car did not stress us. It did serve purpose for while it lasted. I mean, we're so grateful for the car eventually, and I mean, the year ended. We went for crossover service.
House of Praise, HOP, awesome. Open Heavens.
We had an amazing
experience.
And we did, say Happy New Year into 2024. And going into 2024, we had so much expectation. It felt like we didn't know what direction it is.
Oh no, sorry, babe. Sorry to cut you. So I finished my program in Conestoga in December. Right. In college in December, right? I did a 1-year program. And so if you do a 1-year program in Canada, you'll get a 1-year postgraduate work permit, which can let you stay legally in Canada for 1 year. We missed out on one part, so the flag pulling.
Yeah, I think we'll just do another video for the flag
we'll
just
so the process. The flag pulling process. We'll talk about it because it's a whole lot of process as well.
So
but meanwhile, she had transitioned from being a visitor. So she had a work permit. She could work in Canada already. So she was no longer a visitor because she came in as a visitor, like we had said earlier, and she had like authorization to work legally in Canada. So, but we'll talk about that in details because we don't want to bore you guys.
Yeah.
But
So
wait till
yeah.
the end.
So we did, say Happy New Year. So like you said, we're probably just going to do another video talking about the process how we are now permanent residents in Canada. So we're just going to do another video entirely, but we just want to talk about, end this video now.
Yeah.
From now January 2024 to March. I think it was just a year of starting afresh for us.
Because we lost
ground. And would I say the 1 year was a bad experience? Absolutely not. It had its own up and downs, but at the end of the day, we are still grateful for that whole process. It has brought us to where we are right now.
We are very grateful.
We're just really, really grateful that I started a job in January of 2024. He started a job in February of 2024. March 2024, we got our
IT. We got into the pool and we got our IT.
The same
but
day.
Watch out.
So we're going to do another video now.
So watch out for that. To tell you how we got into the pool and we got our IT the same day. We'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
Watch out, suspense.
So if you'd like to ask us any questions, would like to know about any of the processes, be it flag polling, childbirth in Canada, CELPIP, West evaluation, how to get into the pool, any of those questions, how to turn permanent residents, what route to take, you can drop your questions in the comment section. I will look through them, make a video for you, and we'll just get you or keep you informed on how to go about
we'll keep you informed, and we hope to see you guys soon.
Yes, and please do not forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Most importantly, share.
Please, the share is important. Please, guys. So because this is just not a video. We're trying to inform people as much as because in this part of the world and generally in the world generally, information is one thing you should not joke with. You should be informed because it's funny how we got IT the same day we got into the pool. It's not a usual experience, I promise you. It's not. It's something that God had hands in it, right? But it was information too was a big part of that. So we'll talk about that in our next video. So thank you guys for watching, and thank you for subscribing. Thank you for sharing, and thank you for liking. See you guys soon. Bye guys.
Peace.